They aren't in the classroom, but they are still helping students learn. I chatted with Phil Murray, president of the Missouri National Education Association, about ways educators are staying connected. How are educators reaching out to their students during these trying times?
Well, teachers are using technology and some pencil and paper work to reach out to the kids right now. It's a difficult time for us because so many of our kids live in different worlds. Some kids have good access to technology, while other kids have almost no technology access. And so they're working a balancing act. They're using email, they're calling, they're sending letters, they're doing everything they can just to keep connection. It's challenging. It's challenging for the kids, and it's especially challenging for the educators because we've built such a relationship with our kids. Just being able to see them every day, knowing that they're okay, knowing that they're safe, that means an awful lot. And we're not able to do that right now. And that probably is the part that's bothering us the most.
Yeah, and I've heard that same thing from both of my kids' teachers. You know, I've got two in school, and their big concern is their teachers just don't get to see them. And that's what we hear a lot from them. What are some other concerns that your educators are voicing about their students?
Well, one of the things that we were really worried about from the very beginning is so many of our kids get their food from us. A lot of our kids get their primary health care from us. And what's going to happen to those kids? A lot of our kids are food insecure, they're housing insecure. And those are the kids that came to our minds right off the bat. Our kids who are in good homes, they're going to do okay. We're going to get back together in August, and everything is going to be as normal as we can make it. But for a lot of our kids, they're really struggling right now, and it is a great concern to us. We also worry about our parents. A lot of our parents, what are they going to do? They still have to go to work. Those who are still have jobs, and we worry about what's happening to the kids while they're at work and how they're coping with the situation. Our parents are going through an awful lot as well.
And, with your teachers worried about their students and their students' families, many of those teachers also have their own families to worry about. What type of concerns do they have for themselves and, their own family units?
In the beginning, it was a lot of health concerns. A lot of teachers are immune suppressed, or they have some other underlying health issues that made them very susceptible. And we waited for an awful long time to make some of these calls. And so a lot of teachers were concerned, and we have lost some teachers. We've lost some educators throughout the state to this terrible disease. But, that was our primary concern right off the bat. Then, of course, our concerns went to our hourly workers, our cooks, our bus drivers, our aides in our classrooms. Those people are very important. That's why I refer to educators more often than I do to teachers, because those are the people that make things go in our schools. We were concerned about making sure they got paychecks, that they were able to take care of their families. Most of our educators, at least this year, are going to be paid. But we are deeply concerned about those other people in the schools, that we want to make sure they're okay. And again, these are uncharted territory. This is uncharted territory for us, for all of us, and we're kind of working our way through this. But the concerns, of course, were health, and then, of course, making sure that financially people are going to be okay. We were also concerned about what's going to happen to our state budgets, what are going to happen to our local budgets, what's going to happen to our school budgets. When we open schools, what will they look like? And so NEA has been working at the national level, and this CARES Act, the first one that came through, there was a lot of money in there to help schools stabilize budgets. We're working right now to help states stabilize their budgets, because that's where a large part of the funding comes from. That's very important. A lot of our members have student loans. Some of our paras are in school trying to get degrees, and they also have issues with student loans. And so the first part of the CARES Act was helping with student loan forgiveness, or at least forbearance for a little while. And so that was one of the major issues. Special ed. How do we deal with those kids? There are some federal rules that needed to be suspended for our states to make some actions. Again, NEA worked on the national level to take care of that.
I want to thank you, educators, for all that you do to connect and learn more about resources in the work of the Missouri National Educators Association. Go to MNEA.org.